We now return to Let's Play Cleopatra.
The land of Amurah, close by the Levantine coast, trembles beneath the hoof and foot of your mighty legions, blessed Pharaoh. This region may be blessed with rare gems, but it is also rich with discord. Armed Hittites, led by the wretched king Mutwatali, once again seek to contest control of this land rightfully ours. Captured spies speak of how his hostile bands are still far off to the north, and thus pose no threat. But is this to be believed? Wise is the warrior who does not drop his shield in battle. To quell such rumors of insurrection, you, our most revered Pharaoh, Ramses II, son of Ra, have arrived at the fortress town of Kadesh. Already camps of 2 of your field charioteer companies have been established on its outskirts. But these are not all. At your immediate disposal are other veteran troops, namely the experienced troops so recently engaged near Sumur. But take heed. It might be advisable to delay deployment of these valuable assets until the need of them is most obvious. For wise also is the warrior who has a bevy of trusted troops to summon at the height of battle. Once the miserable foe has been vanquished, it will be necessary to revive the stagnant economy of Kadesh, so that it too will contribute to the glory of Egypt. Collect valuable gems, and hire skilled jewelers to fabricate exquisite goods for Pharaoh's loyal subjects. Luxury items of such rare beauty will surely be in much demand.
According to the official guide for this Battle of Kadesh, this kind of reflects a real-world event where Ramses was attacked by the Hittites and almost lost the battle, except for last-minute reinforcements. And so I guess that's kind of what it's trying to tell you here. Hang on to the veterans. Loyal soldiers rejoin you. Your best soldiers wish to rejoin you. Build infantry and charioteer forts for these warriors, and they will return. But I don't see that as being a viable strategy here now for this, because these 2 are already placed down here, which means that if the battle does occur, and I can only imagine it's going to be out here on the plains. Ooh, we do have... Okay. Well, we might have to think about that. If it does occur there, then it's not going to matter whether I place them down now or not, because we are going to need to put them places. We also happen to have a large amount of chariots. It looks like an entire unit's worth. Now, is that what this is? Charioteer company. Okay, so that'll slowly be building up. So we'll have charioteers there. Now we need another charioteer and another unit of infantry, and I guess probably the best way is just to put them right here. They will have to, walk around all the way here if we do get attacked down this way, but I mean, them's the breaks, right? When I get my own stuff together, because we do obviously have access to copper here now, I'll be able to make my own troops. Apparently that happens early in the game. Why is this one different? Oh, because it's part of the gate, it looks like. Cool. So, that means we have access to walls, I guess. No towers, though. But maybe expanding these walls means we'll have archers on them? I'm not really sure how that works. Anyway, we also have a timer on this mission. So, you know how much I love that. And it also looks like we are pretty limited. So we've got pomegranates. What else do we have here? Nothing. We have a water lift to get an irrigation ditch. We have raw materials for a gemstone mine, which I think actually, doesn't that share? Yeah. So we can't actually get copper out of it, which is bizarre, but we can get a jeweler to fund the money that we will need then in order to purchase all of our other stuff, because we have no access to, well, anything. But the requirements for this mission, 1,800 people. We can definitely do that with the setup we have here. I'm just going to have to rearrange how they've done this a little bit. In fact, it might actually be a good idea just to take these out now and kind of fix this prior to anything else down here. This is going to be an issue, I can already tell, and I don't think I can fit any of the... I guess I don't have access to a palace? So this will have to go in the corner here. Somewhere, probably, yeah, probably just the corner. But okay, first thing we need to do is seal off the lions. And I guess maybe I can do that here. I do not see myself needing to be in that. And I don't know if I can build out here in a field. I could probably actually have these guys come in here and attack it, but without knowing where its spawn point is, it's probably just going to keep happening. I don't have access to wood, so yeah, I mean, none of these resources are valuable to me. I would just have some small statues out here. So let's go ahead and make that happen. That's not good if I can't build there. Do trees get blocked? I do not know that. Okay, Mr. Lion, you are going to have to not do that. You are going to walk right through them, because of course. Gotcha there. This lion here will now be sealed in. And this lion here as well. Okay, I think we got him. I probably should put another one down there just in case. So that will keep that good. This, I should probably just delete those trees. Although, actually, we may have got him sealed in there. I don't know. I think, we'll just look. Anyway. So, first things I want to do, I probably want to just move these out of the way and be done with it. So, let's do temples. Temple to Osiris. Are these going to affect the appeal? Because that is going to be a situation. We'll go ahead and put that down, and delete that and that. Okay, you look sealed. I'm still skeptical of you. So we'll go ahead and get that done here. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, good. Why this? I'm not really sure, but that is something we will need to seal. I think these guys are probably going to come this way. So we'll put a thing there, probably like a storage. This is probably excessive. We do not need you guys wandering this much, in fact. Let's bring this back one. Well, I mean, I could just put another... what am I looking for here? You. I could just put you here. I can't see myself extending this too much further, mostly because I don't really have the room to do so. This one, okay, well, but that's fine, because we can just build a thing here, and then we've got some S-loop thing. Are farms sustainable without people? Meaning, do we need to have... Because in other games, the farms are kind of okay to be by themselves, aren't they? No, we probably do need this. So we'll probably have to set up a route of some sort. But I will just go ahead and do a roadblock here, just because we don't need that hassle. I will put an architect's post right there, and then they can just keep themselves occupied there. This situation now, we need to come in and do road blocking in key locations. This I'm not a fan of because it's kind of wasteful, but so we got an architect and a dude here. Actually, we got a whole thing set up there. So if we did do 1, 2, 1, 2 as per usual, put a road there, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, okay, that'd be perfect. So we'd have a 1 road. Okay, well, given that, maybe I will take the risk of doubling up with a connected neighborhood, because obviously we can't cut off one road from the other. So this one, I guess, is going to be a little tricksy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This is where I want this. All right. So in order to offset what's going on here, I will need those buildings down here to accomplish the same thing, just so that we can guarantee at least 2 rounds of people moving about. We only need prosperity just because we're losing money, and we're going to offset that immediately by employing people in the funding of the mineral. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of people. Uh, the mineral industry. And in fact, I can. Well, see, now we've got no food. So what's going to happen here is these people are going to starve, and this is going to go away quite quickly, actually, almost immediately. So what we'll do instead is we've got how many shrines? I see 1 shrine. 1 shrine to Ra. We should probably build another couple, and we'll get them out here, just so that we have that. We've got chariots heading off. That's fine. This is going to be completely useless to me here in a minute, just because we will have no one to sustain it. Things to do, things to do. Right, we need to at least put down some forts, because, well, we're going to need them. Infantry are a little bit slower, so I'm going to put them right here so they can walk into place. The chariots will bypass them no matter what, I'm sure. So I'm just going to have them front and center here. And then we'll do a fort to charioteers. Are they going to come in this way? Or are they going to split themselves? That's kind of a concern for me. There they come. Okay, good. The company is coming forward. Now, how many, though? The thing seemed to imply build infantry and charioteer forts, but is that 1 infantry, 1 charioteer? The guide seemed to imply that as well, that it was only going to be 1 of each, even though I had several companies. So I guess the way to find out is just to build more and see how long they sit empty, but I don't really want to do that as so long as we've got chariots, because I don't want half units sitting in both. And you know what? I think we can probably get rid of these 2. They're empty for right now. They're not providing anything, and they would actually be better off out here. Because I could put a bazaar. Well, okay, we've got bazaars. It's going to take forever for them to get there. I'm just thinking that distribution-wise, that's quite a ways to go. I realize it allows them to get to this faster, but because of the population, I don't think we would have a problem really with maintaining that. But we would have to then move these, which is no big deal. Obviously, we could do that. I'm just trying to think if... I'm just afraid, like, if I move this closer, say here, how frequently is this going to happen? But then again, there's no guarantee of those kinds of results anyway, so I guess we don't need to worry about that. Trade would presumably just come right up here. That's where everyone else is coming, so they'd go right into here. So really, it's just waiting on these guys after every harvest to bring it in. I think we're fine with that. What we're not fine with is getting out here. I think we need to be taking care of that almost immediately. Right, we also need to be taking care of that immediately. Let's go ahead and put down... Sorry, I'm spreading myself out here a little bit too much at a time. There's no festival square. Okay. Slightly bizarre. So how about some shrines instead? Okay, cool. So I guess then we'll just have these guys come out here immediately. I kind of don't like the idea of plowing through those, but, you know, we've got so many. I think we will not be hard up for food. In fact, I could plant some down here and have them just come walking in here right past this very bizarre row of statues. Yeah, why not? Let's just get it out there. Okay. So in order to make this work, these require... I don't know how many people. We'd get 1 there. Surprisingly, we'd get 2. Oh, oh my. How are we how? I'm not sure how we're able to get so many off of just one, but I do not like them. I mean, they're going to be the first things that get attacked, obviously. I mean, they're just going to. Um, not you. So let's just get started. Put one. So we decided we can put one there, and then one there, and one there, and then one there. Okay, well that's fine. I know I need road access, and I will. I mean, I don't actually need them to have water near them. And in fact, it's probably better. I was thinking maybe I'd extend it down here, but putting it here allows me to just have a big loop that I'm sure they could all walk through. So we need to maybe anticipate a road system like that with a road block like that. And let's put in... I suppose I should probably put these in at the very back. That way they will have the longest chance of moving along the road, and then I can just kind of keep... Yeah. Alright, so we need that, and we need an architect post, and how much did these take up? Only 8 people, that's fine. We'll go ahead and fill in some more people right here. And we're going to need a store yard. Let's look at what I actually need. If I can just sell gems straight up, that's great. They will buy nothing that I have. Jericho will buy only treasures. Treasures. Okay, people only buy treasures. Well, crap. Well, these guys sell beer, so I can't see that being a thing that I actually need, but let's go ahead and open that. Timna sells copper, which I'll need for weaponry, so that's going to be good there. Migdol buys nothing that I can offer them. They'll buy weapons, provide chariots, provide pottery. Let's see if there's a better offer on there. Okay, these guys sell pottery, and they'll buy pomegranates, so Jericho's definitely the way to go. Migdol only if I start producing weapons for sale, which probably should, but if I focus more on the gems, I think I'll just make more that way. And then they buy pomegranates for... oh. Well, they would sell me just straight up weapons, and I wouldn't... well, because I have no way of making weapons. No, I do. But I think it'd just be better overall to buy the weapon straight up from Samur, right? So really, this one was kind of a waste, except that they buy more treasure, so that's fine. These guys, I don't know. By the time we get to our population, it might be a thing where I'll just import the copper and try and employ some people. So I think we'll be good there. But I cannot just straight up... Am I being blind? I cannot just straight up sell copper. I can hold festivals, but there's no festival square here. What's going on there? Okay. Right, so we need to put down a store yard. Store yard that will house nothing but luxury goods. And we will then begin the... actually, let's build a road. Let's see how many more gemstone mines I can get together. My god, I can make gemstone mines. I thought they needed to be near ore. Apparently they just need to be near rock. And if that's the case, then we don't need to be going that far. I can just tear down the trees and have my industry right out here where it's much better protected. And the trading guys that would presumably be here would just have a faster time of it. Because I have no way of mining this. Oy. Now let's undo what I just did, which I think was putting this down. At least recoup a little bit of the money. And, whoops, we'll get rid of that. And that. And we'll we'll just head the operations down here. Oh boy. Yeah, boy. They are going this way to get there. I'm just afraid we're going to get attacked there. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything with this lumber, so it's not like I'm wasting it plowing it down. And we got, oh man, if we need that, we're over here. Water crossings, bridge, oh yeah. Easy McPeasy decision to make. So, we will liberate the rocks a little bit. Oh, what? Just get rid of it. And then we'll do a raw goods gemstone mine. If I got rid of one more. There we go. Gemstone mine there. Oh, because we're paused. Hard to tell sometimes when I'm going slow. Yeah, two for now. We will then take this and come across, and I'm going to have to make it jag in there together, but we'll, for now, make a road that does that. Obviously, I don't want them going this way at all. We'll just block this off for now, because what I need is my usual firehouse and architect post combo, and I'm thinking maybe that's going to block this off now. I hope I've got more than just chariots. It definitely said build infantry. Right. So now we need to do a little bit of housing. I could maybe do some housing here. Well, see, okay, we actually have to plan this out, because otherwise my roads are going to go off in a direction that my houses are not, and then we're going to have issues. So just touching is enough. So that would be here. So there's another one lined up there, which would mean that this would have to go this way. Alright, well, let's see. 1, 2. Because that would actually touch, but it doesn't need to, so it can go in. And then this one would go. Got one there, and then this one would not, so it would need to be in, which means that the road would go this way. So this is where I will actually create the cutoff. We'll do a roadblock here, and then I suppose this I could actually just... I mean, do I need so many people? It's not like it hurts. Alright. And then that gives me a store yard to go here to take luxury goods. Perfect. Oh, there they are. Okay, so I did get some veterans. You've made a terrible mistake there. Okay. So we're getting that anyway. Then we need to do a selling of all goods. We will need to also come in and make some jewel makers. So we can get 3 down this way. And as what that will eat up in people, I'm thinking that'll be okay. Let's go ahead and get... So now we have to deal with angry gods the whole time too, just because the game says so? What kind of bullshit is that? First of all, that was not something I was told about, but what the fuck? Why? Why you do this? Let's get more people in here. I realize that food is low. We're going to have to build that up. Pomegranate. Water lift. Irrigation ditch. people are nonetheless extremely pleased with me, so that's plus. We could probably actually get another farm right here then, huh? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I think I've got this taken care of. I don't know why I would put a store yard out here, but if we need to, then we will have it. 5 employees. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, I put it here. So there's a little bit of a chance going this way, but, you know, if I don't overly... I mean, this would have lined up right with that, but that's fine. We'll just have it go this way. If I don't overly screw that up. I'm also not terribly worried about this going on here, just only having the few units that we do, because if we do get invaded, on very easy, I'm not sure it's going to be too much. I think we could probably handle it. Famous last words. Let's do, I don't know, beautification. And because then I can leave a spot here for like an apothecary or something. Same down here. And we have no way of getting tax revenue, so this is just purely a military fort out here. No fluff, no nothing. You don't get to have any of the fancy dancy stuff. And honestly, once this is empty, I think we'll just delete that because I can't build my own. Can I even get wood from somebody if I wanted to? No, it's only exportable. And I realize there's a few people I didn't get, but I don't think they do. Okay, well. I think we're probably fine, though. We've got 3 units of chariots. If that can't handle this mission on very easy, then we may as well just quit. One thing I do kind of want to test, though, let's see how it looks when I build more wall. Thicker walls are stronger and allow guards from connected towers to patrol them. Okay. So useless since we don't have access to towers. Well, poo. But should we get invaded, at least we have this corner a little bit more solidified. We'll also go ahead and do some beautification in the back, just because, why not? And then we probably need to be thinking about getting a secondary water supply, because 1 ain't going to be enough. And I would love to actually move that, just so we have better rotation. So let's actually talk about getting that down there instead. And we'll use this to a different design. We do have 1 policeman who I think will be just fine for now. These are probably awful in appeal, in fact. How do I see this? Administration? Desirability. Yeah, it's all absolutely miserable. No one would prefer to live here, but there are worse places. Like down here, for example. Which we will immediately alleviate by doing this. 1, 2, okay. So they built it weird. Pre-built fort city here. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to just fill it in. Like immediately. Despite the game yelling at me. Let's just do this. And then, actually, we'll do a bazaar up here instead. People don't like living next to the bazaar, but, I mean, we can always put, like, a giant beautification thing back in here, I guess. It would actually be better, I think, to maybe move the academy and all that outside in future. And maybe I will. But right now that would mean having to set up people out here. And I am not prepared to do that just yet. So we won't. Okay, well, I think we can afford to bust this open a little bit more. Really, so what are we looking at? For culture, we just need a couple jugglers. For prosperity, I think 20 is very easy to get to. I mean, we wouldn't even need pots, I think, to get to 20 prosperity. There is no monument, and our kingdom rating is pretty decent. If I put down some money for myself, I've already got some in savings. Oh, you know what? Is the savings carrying over? I haven't been paying attention to that. I don't think the overall city funding is, because it always seems to start me out at about 15,000, but maybe my family fortunes are coming over. Which is something that's different in later games. In later games, your entire fortune carries over, as do other things. But from what I actually read, and in the manual for Cleopatra, it acknowledges this, that it was the engine that was not up to snuff for carrying things over. So like the first 3 missions of the game that were all on the same map, when it kept deleting everything except for the map, that was because at the time, I guess their engine just couldn't handle that. It could not drag over what had already been placed and brought over, or at least they didn't implement that, is the thing. So that's the story for that, anyway, which I think is kind of interesting. Are these guys getting people? Yes, is the answer to that. We are getting many more people, so let's go ahead and build this up, because I want money as soon as possible. So, it's kind of interesting looking at this retrospectively, going backwards through the games where, starting out with Zeus and then Emperor and seeing the end result of the Impression city builders, kind of looking backwards to how they were once upon a time. So once we're done with Pharaoh, I mean, not immediately, but I will be visiting the Caesar series. And from what I see through screenshots, the Caesar 3 is the most similar to these ones. Caesar 1 is a very, very different game in the same way that SimCity 1 was very different from any other SimCity. The isometric view was a paradigm shift for that series. So this game, or this series, I guess, has gone through several iterations and things have changed. Things noticeable for me, though, like the military. I remember the military being a pain in the ass to handle in Zeus, and here it doesn't seem too bad. I really don't remember the experience carrying over, but that's neat. That's neat that, despite the fact that I consider this a flaw in the design, trying to implement this sort of RTS control, not really whatever they were attempting here. The fact that they go into the details like that, where there is morale, there is an experience where they carry over, like that's cool that they tried that. Something that was just completely lacking whatsoever in, say, Lethis, when I did a playthrough of that game. An homage to these types of Walker games that just didn't cut it. You know what? I'm also going to do a fort, another fort, because I want to test and see if all of my units carry over. Because I had like 6 different forts going, so we're going to see if I've got more waiting in the wings, or if it is indeed just these 2. I suppose if you had known ahead of time, you could really cheese the game by just making an overwhelming force, so that wouldn't be a thing. And that they would just limit you to you only get the 2 who have experience. And really, if we look at their experience, they are skilled, but they are encouraged, more importantly. Their morale is pretty darn high. But these guys have like the same experience, and I'm pretty sure these were not mine. Quite daring. Good lad. Anyway, I think this one's gone on long enough. We have a train of people coming in, and that means I have a lot of people now to try and employ. I don't think I can do taxes, which is going to suck. I think we already went over that, and I've just been rambling. But anyway, boy oh boy, this is going to be a thing. So really then it means that the only way to keep these guys happy is just going to be building temples and shrines. So I guess we know what this space out here is going to be. Since I don't have access to festivals, that's the only way I can start assuaging them, is just make this gigantic temple district. So that's going to be fun. But anyway, time to end this one here. I will see you next time.